Hey, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Permission to Live in the End. I decided just last minute to go live regarding what I titled this video to be, which is, did Neville Goddard advocate repression and suppression of your emotions? And I'm kind of moving slow as far as what I'm seeing on my screen. So I'm hoping that on your end, it doesn't look as slow as it looks on my end. And I apologize for that. If the stream is going kind of slow. But I wanted to stop by and talk about this because as a manifest coach, I really want to talk about this. And you're welcome to say hi. I don't bite. If you're here, say hello. Um, Glad to have you here. If you want to get into a discussion, whatever your engagement, because nobody knew I was going live, but whatever your engagement in this live is what is going to cause me to stay or shut it down, basically. So I just wanted to stop by and talk about this because I am a participant in, I jump in and out of various Neville Goddard groups, and this channel is inspired by Neville Goddard as one of my mentors along my manifesting journey, which, we are all manifesting. They're really, I say my manifesting journey, but this is what we're terming this. So I'm using that terminology because that's what we're terming it. And I just want to talk about this because the title that I titled this live seems to be a point of sensitivity or contention in the manifesting community. So I wanted to stop by and talk about it and share my experience as a manifest coach with my clients as related to this topic. And get some discussion going and get your thoughts. And hello to everybody joining. Get your thoughts about what you think Neville Goddard is saying with regard to repression and suppression of emotion. Do you believe that that's what Neville is talking about? Because he is always telling us to go into the state of being as if our desires have already been fulfilled. And he tends to not have a lot of communication regarding limiting beliefs and things of that nature. But do you think that that means that Neville Goddard is saying to repress or suppress your emotions? And my answer is no, he is not saying that. And I'm going to tell you why. And I started with a quote. And feel free to jump in and add your questions, your comments, your experiences as well with regard to this. Because, like I said, I'm here to share my experiences as a manifest coach myself, and just get some discussion going around this. So you were here, able to be here during this live, or we end up having a discussion in the replay. It's all good. But I wanted to share. There was a discussion happening on Facebook, which is what inspired me to jump out and start to talk about this via a live stream. Because as I said, it seems to be an area of contention or sensitivity, and I don't quite get it. And I'm going to say, or I'll start with the quote that I shared in the description of this live stream, where Neville is saying, when you know that consciousness is the one and only reality, conceiving itself to be something good, bad, or indifferent, and becoming that which it conceived itself to be, you are free from the tyranny of second causes. And the reason I brought that up or read that quote is because our perception of limiting beliefs and our perception of something we call the past is the tyranny that Neville is talking about. That is the tyranny, the second cause. That's part of the tyranny that Neville is talking about. But frankly, if you are not in a space yet, and this journey of manifesting, what I've learned and come to understand about this journey of manifesting is that in the very beginning, I would have perceived that manifesting was all about getting stuff. And it turns out that that couldn't be further from the truth. And what I'm learning about this journey, or what I have learned over the years of this manifesting journey, is that you come to know way more about yourself and having a relationship with yourself than anything having to do with manifesting stuff. And how that process begins, having this experience, or you begin to ask yourself certain questions, which causes you to go inwardly, which causes you to begin to come to a place where you understand that your thoughts are affecting your reality. But not only your thoughts, your emotions, because a thought, and not necessarily in this order, but a thought connected to an emotion, or a thought yields a emotional response, and after that comes an action. All of these things are interconnected and related. And because we begin to understand that this is what's happening, this interrelationship is happening inside of us, it causes us to start to be consciously aware of what our thoughts are. And that more than likely is going to take you on a journey of beginning to uncover where the origins of your thoughts, certain thought processes, certain belief systems, and all of that, where did these things begin to generate? Or where, in my process or journey of being the I am that I'm becoming consciously aware of being, where did these limiting thoughts or beliefs, or a thought that I'm having about something at all, whether you've determined it to be limiting or not, where did it come from? This seems to be a natural and organic process for many, which doesn't mean that it's wrong, or that Neville was saying, oh my goodness, no, don't pay attention to that. Don't have anything to do with that. What he did say, though, was he said that you're going to learn the discipline of not living in that state. You're going to learn the discipline of understanding that whatever emotion that that having an emotion at all, having a reaction to something at all, whether it's good or bad, is planting a seed that is going to yield the fruit of its like kind. He didn't say to be a robot and to not have emotion, but he is saying don't stay there. Do not become identified with the emotional state of being, and therefore you're believing that this is the only reality there is, and you cannot shift out of it because you have become identified with that state of being. So, like I said in the beginning, this stream will go as long as you guys participate or don't participate. But I wanted to stop by and really talk about this because I said I was going to share my own personal experience with this as a manifest coach. So as a manifest coach in my recent past, so not too long ago, but I have expanded beyond this, what it is that I used to focus on in terms of the service that I provided. But I want to share this with you because it is confirmation, so to speak, that this is an organic process that people just tend to go through. Now, it doesn't mean that it's the only process, but I want to share what I have been experiencing as a coach with my clients, which have been professional women that I have been assisting to answer the call to their soul calling career. And when I say career, that includes lifestyle and business. And they would answer the call to their soul calling career by learning how to stop worrying about the how. My role, job as a manifest coach would be to actually take women into the state of being of their soul calling. They already knew what their soul calling was. Take them into the state of being of their soul calling so they could stop holding back and stop trying to figure out how to do this, how to do that. And when I would take them into the state of being of their soul calling, they instantaneously, because they were there in the state of being, they understood exactly what it meant to no longer worry about the how. You're not worrying about how to do something if you're already in the state as if something is already occurring. So that's what I would do. I would assist my clients to go into the state of being of their soul calling so they no longer needed to worry about how to do anything. They were already there having the experience. And from the state begins to assist you as to what the next moves are going to be, the bridge of incidents, if you will, that Neville Goddard talks about. But here is what would happen, everybody. Preceding my assisting any client to go into the state of being of their soul calling. So we would come together. I would say, okay, start to talk to me, take me into the state of this desired, your soul calling. What is it like? Where are we at? What's going on? Who's around? What does it smell like? Let's go there. As every single client would begin to go into the state of being, they would get stopped at what I'll call a spiritual threshold. I'm just going to call it that because that's what came to me. They would get stopped at a spiritual threshold that would not allow them to go into the state of being of their soul calling. And the reason why that would occur is because there were subconscious messaging that had not been addressed that was holding them back from fully occupying the state of being. Now, they didn't know this. I was witnessing this 100% of the time of any client going in before they would go into the state of being of their soul calling. They would always stop. There would be a stop. And they would begin to organically tell me all of the detail behind the who, what, when, where, how, and why that they weren't able to be in that state to begin with. So what I started to notice was, okay, and I already knew this information before I even started doing this as a coach, which is why I said this was going to be a service that I was going to provide. Hey, B Floss, the God, thank you for being here. I already knew this, but to see it organically unfolding like this, 100% of the time, a person was not comfortable going into the state of being of their soul calling. And I'm going to venture to say, a person is not comfortable going into the state of being of their desired outcome, no matter what it is, if they have subconscious limiting beliefs that have not been addressed. That means they want a voice heard. That means there are emotional states of being, emotional neurological connections in the body that have a momentum that has been taking place all of this time. And that momentum needs to be shut down, basically. That momentum needs to be shut down. So the perception of the individual. So again, I'm going to say it's not that it has to be this way. It's that it tends to be this way because people, I believe it's because the linear program that we are all within, networked into, has this thing called a beginning and an end. And what's happening a lot of times is that people are perceiving that unless this occurs first, then that cannot occur unless this occurs first. This is perceptually, intuitively what I am getting from people. Unless my voice is heard, unless I address this, unless I can remove this, unless this, then that. And so my role as a manifest coach has been to assist people to remove those things, to first of all, hear the exacts behind the messaging, the limiting and subconscious messaging that has been playing. Because a lot of times people aren't necessarily, they understand something's not right. They understand I don't feel good about this. They, you know what? No, I'm going to say they know. People know. They know, but um they come to a place where they're ready to let go. And when they're ready to do that, um, I have assisted my clients who have been ready to hear whatever that messaging is, to move more quickly, from where they have been and the momentum of the experience that they've had to, going into the state of being of their desired outcome, whatever that may be at that space and time. So again, I'll say it's not that it has to go this way. It's that it tends to go this way because there's something in the mindset of certain individuals that causes them to believe that something needs to occur first before something else. Now, what I mean by that is, what is the alternative to that? I was saying something during a discussion on Facebook earlier where I said a person could actually just simply say, every just in general, they could collect it all in their mind and say, whatever my perceived limiting beliefs, my perception of the past, as far back as it goes, my perception of traumatic events that have, impacted me, all of those are gone now. You could say that. That is a reality. That is a possible reality that someone could simply say that. And to the degree that they believe that it is true, it would be true. This is why I'm saying it doesn't have to go this, this first and then this type of process. It can be as instantaneous. You're letting go of whatever it is that may be hindering you can be as instantaneous as you believe it to be. I have had instantaneous, shifts from one reality to another in terms of what I was thinking about something, and and there, shifted from out of that reality into another as quick as sitting in my bedroom and identifying something, and that, oh my God, I become consciously aware, shift, and done. So any limiting beliefs related to whatever that particular thing was that I was thinking, it would be gone as instantaneously as I became aware and just shifted out of it. So this is why I'm saying it doesn't have to go, this point by point way. But if you happen to be that type of person, let me tell you, it's not to say that that is wrong. If that is your reality, and this is how you're processing information for right now, then that is what it is. Do not allow anyone to tell you that it is wrong, or some guru said that, because you need to address previous emotional states of being, that, there's something wrong with you, or that's not how it goes, or it goes the way you say it goes. Any way that you need to process this information is how you need to process it. And then what's going to happen is you're going to come across people who are going to match your thought process, or they're going to match where you're at, or even be a little bit ahead of where you're at, or whatever, happens, because you are the creator. You are that I am consciousness that is determining how fast, how slow, that something needs to go before and here and then next, or it doesn't have to go that way at all. You are determining all of it. And that's what I want you to keep in mind, is that you are the creator. You are the I am consciousness. So if your consciousness right now, your I am consciousness, is wanting to or needing to process information. So what? Now, what might ultimately happen is you might get sick and tired of processing information. Or you might, decide I want things to move quicker, and you'll move time right out of your way. So, I just want people to understand that, um, all of this is a rule, and it's got to go this way and it's got to go that way, is a hindrance to your ability to move. That is part of the hindrance right there, is getting caught up in what people are saying is the way things have to go. On my journey of spiritual journey, manifesting, I created a quote of my own, and that is, you only know what you know until you know something else. So there's always something else to know. So we don't know everything that there is to know. We know what we know at the time that we're ready to perceive what it is that we're ready to perceive, until we're ready to perceive something else. And that's what it is. I just wanted to stop by and, share with you, as well as get your thoughts, as well as get some discussion going. Like I said, if there are no comments, questions, thoughts, I'll go ahead and shut this down. But I just wanted to stop by and talk about this because I see that it continues to be a very sensitive area in the quote unquote manifesting community. And I guess by that, I just mean people that are mindful. If you come on this channel, I welcome mindful manifestors, because everyone on the planet is manifesting all the time. But there are what I'll say mindful manifestors. You have become consciously aware that you are creating your reality. You know your thoughts are impacting your reality, or creating, not just impacting, are creating your reality. Your assumptions are creating your reality. Your everything you're doing, all of your sensory perception is at play in terms of creating your reality. And this is what I mean by mindful manifestors. Hi, Wendy. Awesome. You said you'll watch the replay. Yes. And of course, ask any questions, make any comments that you would like with regard to what I've shared here. But everybody, no questions, but just wanted to say how much I appreciate words of wisdom. Oh, thank you so much, Nolan. I appreciate that comment. You don't know how people feel or what they're thinking until they say it. So I thank you and I appreciate that. And I'll try to come on here more often live, because I really appreciate having discussion back and forth with people with regard to this. But I appreciate also being able to share my experience and to help people to loosen up with this whole process, because I know that there's nothing more hindering than to have a bunch of rules and regulations, and you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way, or else you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. When no, it just is what it is until it isn't. For you. So everybody is different, and you will find along your path and your journey who it is that is there for you at that stage, until there's somebody else. That's just what it is. But I like to recap the quote that I said in the very beginning, which is, when you know that consciousness is the one and only reality, conceiving itself to be something good, bad, or indifferent, and becoming that which it conceived itself to be. So when you know that, You are free from the tyranny of second causes. So I'll stop right there. I look forward to your continued comments, and I will see you guys on the next live stream. See you next time.